The group is in a city, an underground city called Anwar, and they were traveling down to an ancient city below that. So on the way down, they were using some ropes that were already set up. They were traveling down to try to find some interesting, valuable items in a cave, specifically what's called a collector's coin. And the collector is one of the gods of the world. And the gods are called ancients, and there's about 8 of them. And they're basically in his domain and such. And no one knows what the collector is and things like that. And they're basically just trying to find something of value. All these caves are very dangerous dungeons, which you knew when you went inside. In the end, would be a collector's coin. And if you found the collector's coin, you could trade it in for your memories, in this case, from the gun wizard who stole your memories. Some people say things like coins can be used for all sorts of things. Throwing it off a waterfall, an underground waterfall, and getting a wish. Some people say that you can cash it in for very powerful things. Some say that the coins in these dungeons are not the real coins from the god, the ancient himself, and they're just a waste of time. But for all you know is that you need this coin because the gun wizard, the man who runs Anwar, wants it. When we last left off, you jumped in the air
heroically.
You jumped in the air to save
at the last second.
Yes, heroically.
Heroically at the last second.
Completely out of character for you. You jumped in. I also need a little coaxing from me, but you did it. So
did I have a rope tied to me or anything like that? No, I don't remember. I feel like I might have.
You did.
Yeah.
We now come back to that moment where you grab Thistle in the air on top of the pit, and as you do, you're falling into spikes. And everyone sees it, and as the moment they're freaking out, all of a sudden everything goes totally white. And it comes obviously from your armor, and you're like, oh, I hope this is a good thing. And it goes everywhere. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you. 5, 6. 1, 4 can now only hear each other. You only see blinding white. And you're unaware of the surroundings, and it seems like the surroundings have somewhat changed. So I'm going to give you a minute to roleplay this weird scenario. You're in bright white light. You cannot see each other. You can hear each other.
Am I still falling?
So the first thing you feel like you're falling, and you're freaking out, and then you put your feet down, and you're not. Same thing with you.
So is this what death feels like?
Yes, I think we're dead.
I don't know why I'm also dead. That's not good.
Wait,
me too.
I hear you guys.
Wow.
What the heck?
Are we in a hotel lobby?
Is there a piano in here?
You hear a weird piano playing.
Holy.
What's going on, guys?
Wait, I can't see anybody.
Shit.
It's too bright.
Wait.
It's so white in here. I can't see anything.
All right.
Too bright.
Can we reach out and see if we can?
Are you dead? Why they die too? They
I reach out for Vin
because
because I was like literally holding on to him.
Vin is right next to you.
Okay, so
he was still in your hands. You were.
So I can put my hand out and touch his shoulder or something like that. Okay.
You're obviously hearing.
So, all right.
You're hearing a lot of.
All right, you're there. That's you, right?
I guess we're dead.
I don't know. I can.
Why would we be dead?
Yeah, it's weird that. Why are we hearing them?
Well, your armor, the armor flashed, and then it blew us all up, I guess, or something like that.
Either, maybe we're all dead or we're all saved somehow.
Yeah, we're in the armor zone.
I checked to see if I have my memories.
I don't know. I checked to see if I can remember.
Hold on,
I'm thinking if I can remember, I'm
thinking
dead.
if I could remember anything.
I'm thinking.
That's pretty smart there, guy. I think to myself, if
do I have
can
any of my
remember.
memories? Do I know who I am?
That's a good question, actually.
Okay, you think to yourself, and it actually starts to come back a little bit. You start remembering your name. You start remembering some past things, and you don't know why or what's going on. But
I'm Thistle. You're Brotorius.
Whoa.
And I'm almost positive we're dead.
Whoa, yeah, I remember that. Thistle. The thief. Yeah. It's coming back.
I don't know why we would have memories unless we'd be dead. Because we definitely didn't see the gun wizard, and we definitely did not get a coin.
But maybe...
Well, who knows? Maybe the gun wizard teleported us out because of Boterius's valiant. What the hell is that? Is that a...
What?
That is our god,
The
my
chimes
god,
of...
the collector coming to collect us all.
Well, I
I am
guess
totally convinced.
Oh my god, it might be.
those chimes, or is that like someone dropping metal?
I stopped.
Do I get
looking-
any sense of where Tom is based on his voice, or it's just
It's yes, a little bit, yes and no. All of a sudden, you hear.
The light of my brother shines within my dungeon. How is this possible?
And all of a sudden, you see.
It is the collector.
All of a sudden, you see two huge eyes. They're closed. They're like they come down, and they're as big as you can imagine. Like they're like as big as probably like 3 feet by 3.5 feet, and they're just there. And the eyes are closed, and then they open up, and they see to look around, and you hear another voice,
Beholder.
and you hear another voice, and it's a girl, and she says, "I don't know, Master, but they possess more light than mere mortals."
They are lightborn, perhaps. Children of my fellow ancients, my brothers and sisters.
I believe not, Master.
Nevertheless, they activate the light of my brother. Perhaps this day on Adaria brings a change in the tide.
As the eagle strikes out.
That thing was a
At the Crystal Falls, someone has made an important wish today. And I hear the Red Knight's voice. And now, the light of the lion, my brother, one who's been trapped by the Queen for so long, reaches me here in this dreaded place, this prison. Today is the day the tide changes. But first, must be sure of their intentions.
As you wish, Master. You see the eyes look around, and you see now it seems the first time it's like fixated on you, and you see like look over to you, and all of a sudden you feel like you're drawn into it, and you all are seeing this, but you seem to be not physically present. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it, and all of a sudden you are sitting in the Elven City.
okay.
And you're a statesman, a man who sells the real estate, which is Tom's backstory. He's a wizard who used to be a real estate guy.
There's a thing. All right. Anyway,
Which is really funny. You're sitting at a table, like in a tavern, and you're just eating, and you see an old man eventually come into the tavern, and everyone's in here as an elf, and he walks up and sits next to you, and he has an amethyst in his hand, and you see the amethyst is kind of like how he sees around. Apparently, it's very odd. Obviously, it's magical. You must be a wizard. You're not a stranger of magic.
is he a
of course.
human or is he an elf also? Just out of curiosity.
Elf. Everyone here is elf.
Everybody. Okay.
Yeah. You immediately recognize this as a past situation. You're also compelled just because you feel like you're living it again. So you're there.
Okay.
The rest of you are just watching.
It's almost like a living memory, I guess.
Yes. The rest of you are just like watching it. But yeah. So you're sitting there, and he kind of approaches, and he sits down next to you, as if he's sitting here facing somewhere else, facing like near you, but not directly at you. He says, "The land of the elves truly has no price,
That is a philosophy, sir. While the land of the elves has no price, I think that choice spots in that land are negotiable.
Yes. Well, I suppose we all need to lay our heads somewhere.
Yes. Yes. I try and find the best places for people to do so. Are you interested in finding a new place to lay your head?
He continues to look forward, but he actually has the amethyst pointed to you. You can tell his eyes. You can tell he's blind.
Right.
But he does seem to be aware of you, and to be aware of you physically. He can see you. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you sell this land as a passion, or as simple means of coin?
Do I have a sense? Like, I have a sense like this is. What is my feeling here? Do I feel like casual? Do I feel like.
No, he's a wizard, and you kind of have an idea of who he is. Like, he's known. You've never met him before. You've heard about him, and you believe he's from the Forgotten Tower, a wizard's tower in the Elven City that's always hidden. But people are it's hidden so long and never seen that people are like, does it really exist? The Wizard's Order is rarely seen, and are they really from there? So it's an odd thing for you. But it's a little bit in awe, I would say.
Okay, thanks. No, it is not a. It's not a passion. I don't have a. I was When I was a child, I did not dream of this role. No.
Findlar, walk with me a bit, won't you?
Okay, do you need me to? Do you need me to guide you, sir?
No, I will see just fine. You guys leave the tavern and you walk outside.
Okay.
You know, many things are approaching. And we need more wizards.
Okay. Did you?
I know, not something you thought of for your future, perhaps, right?
No. Frankly, I didn't.
It's not all hocus pocus and cantrips, my friend. One day, real evil will stand at our doorstep, and who will be there to defend us? It will be the very elves you speak to on a daily basis selling land. The smith, the fletcher, farmer, merchant, the statesman, as yourself.
Yeah, and do you feel that somehow I can assist you in fighting this oncoming evil? Really?
I believe you do. I believe we all have our places in life. I feel that you are about to find your place, yet you perhaps don't even know. You walk up, all of a sudden, you've been walking for a bit, and you look forward and you see something materializing in front of you, and you see a giant tower that comes out of like invisibility in front of you, and you kind of stop out of
Right.
and he just continues walking into the to the tower.
Right. I just a quick look around. Does anyone else seem to notice this?
No one's around.
Oh, okay.
But we're seeing it as like a scene, right?
You're
We're
seeing it like
watching
you're
it.
watching it. Yeah,
Okay.
you're not there. Yeah.
I follow him.
He sees you follow him. He stops, turns around, and he puts his hand on you. He says, "You must choose this path. Your eyes are now open to many things. You brought the Elven's Lord's land to its people. Perhaps now you will consider protecting it." He walks in, and you see the tower disappears.
I look around for it. I try and go to where it was.
You go through it, and like it's not even there. It just freaks you out. And all of a sudden, you come out of your memory. You come out. You remember this as probably a pinnacle for you.
Right.
And the next second, you're back to the eyes. When you see the eyes, look over, and they go to you.
Oh boy.
All of a sudden, you're in the sunken city, and you're in an alleyway, and you see your father is talking to a few thieves. And your father was a well-known thief, and he worked with the Thieves Guild, the Guild of Shadows. And you see Bludgy, who's not the guild master here,
Son of a...
and with a couple of the people, and Bludgy is talking to your father. You see Bludgy says, "Well, the guildmaster is very clear. You want out? You can get out, but first you must travel on one more mission for us. And then we're square. How's that?" You see your father kind of like, he has all his gear on him and everything else. He looks kind of worried. And he says,
Well, if that's what it takes, if that's what the master wants, then that's what I'll do. One more mission. But you have to promise me that you'll look after my son. If anything happens to me, it'll be up to the guild to at least look after him.
He goes, "Oh, yeah, sure. If anything happens to you, we'll take care of him. He's a good lad. Thistle will be fine. He can go on some runs with us."
Because I don't want him to be in this life. I know that he has my skills and he has a sneaky hand into other people's pockets. He says, but he is a good boy, yes. I don't want him going into this life.
He goes, "Well, that's his own choice, Babs, but we'll watch out for him." You can see, you're kind of like, looking around and everything else. You can see that they hand him a map, and you see your younger self is there. You, as your older self, look at it, and you see the map is a map to Anwar. And he takes the map and puts it in his pocket. You all see this. And he walks over back, and then he stops near your younger self, who's in a shadow, and like,
Thistle. You followed me again.
Yeah, Dad, of course. Why wouldn't I?
he kneels down to you.
Listen, I know that you don't want me to go away, but I have to. It'll be for a little while. And when we come back, we can go on as many fishing trips as you like. Perhaps I'll even take you up to Arlight.
Arlight, huh? I've been waiting to go up there.
Yes. Well, a few weeks, we'll make our way there. Sound good?
Hurry back. You'll be missed.
Thank you. And it shouldn't be too long, so just stay, keep your hands out of trouble.
I'll try.
And if you need anything, the guild is here. You can, Bludgy will look after you. Don't trust him too much, but he'll look after you if you need anything.
Just kind of throw him like a weird glance.
Your father like gives you a hug, walks off, and then almost like time starts speeding up, and you get the sense that somebody's in control of the actual play and the speed and the forward and reverse motion. And you see everything go like fly through everything else. And all of a sudden you see you living, and every once in a while, like looking at the end of town, and you get the immediate impression days are just flying by, days, and you're looking at you knowing what happens. Your father never returned. And all of a sudden, when it becomes very evident that's the case. You see the memory stops on a point where like you're kind of just like fed up, you don't know what to do, and you're just like whatever. And then all of a sudden the eyes come out, and it's over. The eyes would then go into Brooke. They go into you, and it actually goes into you working on a ship, and you're actually outside, and you're just kind of like waiting, and you know you have to perform soon, and all of a sudden you feel a little tug on your pants, and it's your little sister. And she goes, "We have to go perform again. Are you ready?"
I'm ready. Are you?
I'm always ready. You know that.
I do.
Okay, she kind of pulls you in, and this is the ship that your father he has a partial ownership with the town, and he's the captain of the ship. And you guys, basically, you and your family, as you have in your backstory, are the entertainment. You guys sing and dance and do all sorts of things. So you perform your set. You're singing. You see your younger self. It's very surreal to watch, literally surreal. And halfway through your set, all of a sudden, it's interrupted, and you see someone jumps on a table, and it's this pirate with a large beard, who your older self recognizes as Captain Raven. And he goes, "Hello, everybody. I just want to let everyone know here that I've made a deal with the captain of this ship. Now, my men are here, standing by." You see other pirates are around the area who don't look very happy right now. Don't look very pleasant. He goes, "And we like to know that we've made a deal to take the ownership of this ship. Just so you know, we also have many other ships that we've acquired recently, and I'm sure you'll be finding that we are more of a powerful guild that will probably be running this town in a very short time. So I would ask you all to please put your items in the bags that'll be coming around with my friends, and then depart back onto the dock. The captain has already agreed, he already knows, and we thank you for your cooperation. Captain Raven, thank you for your cooperation." You see your father coming out, and your father looks like pale, and he looks beaten up. And he kind of looks at you, he kind of gives you a look like, "Abyssia, I know you, and you better listen." Okay? And you see the little kids like looking to you kind of to follow your lead. What do you want to do?
I put some of my things in a bag.
Okay, so you put some of your stuff in the bag. We still have, you play a lute?
I still have my loot.
So you still have your loot.
I have my dagger.
Okay, so all the coins, as you look at your coins that you've made, like for the half set, which is pretty good, you see one guy already takes it, snatches it up, looks at you, goes, "Nah, dearie." Kind of like gives you a little no. So they take everybody off the ship, and the ship sails off. Time scrubs forward, and it goes forward maybe about like 2 days, and your father is sitting down with you, and you remember this. It kind of affects you emotionally, and your father is saying,
Says, "Okay, children, I want you to go, a few of you, to go with your Aunt Celidra. Abyssia, you've always wanted to travel the world. Here's your choice. The ship is gone. It's everything I've worked for in my life, and there's nothing else that we can do besides make sure everyone's fine. I'm going to work here and stay here with Lucan, and we'll We'll go into, fishing. Maybe we'll get a job on one of the boats here in the cargo. Girls, you'll stay with your aunt. And Bissy, you've always wanted to go off on your own, so perhaps this is your time.
All right, Father.
The scrub goes forward, sees you like going off and like getting ready, and then you travel down. And eventually, you make your way to Sunken City. The whole thing comes out. The eyes go back in. And all of a sudden, we are in a dwarven town with Scro. Botorius.
Gods, I must be dead. Never thought I'd see this town again.
So you are working as a guard in a town, and you're sitting there, and you got your sword, your father's armor, and father's sword in the town, and you're sitting there, just kind of like
The battle axe was his.
The battle axe, sorry.
Yeah.
You have the battle axe, and you're kind of just looking at the things.
Is this the town I grew up in, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's Low Hills.
Cool.
So this is.
Came from Low Hills.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You came from Low Hills.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Of course.
Low
Yes,
Hills.
he came from
You
Low
know.
Hills.
Yeah, you guys.
The famous dwarven town.
In our backstories, and we've played other quests like that, which is not on camera. You guys have played this city a couple times in different ways. So you were working as a guard, and the scrubbing, the fast forward motion stops, and it comes to a moment when you are sitting there and you're looking around, and all of a sudden you hear, "Help! Help! He stole my food!" And you see like a farmer like pointing, and you see a guy running through. They're all dwarves, and running through, and he's holding a huge basket of like all these different like potatoes and like all different like vegetables in there, and he's trying to run down, and he's running past you right at the moment. What do you want to do?
I try to stop him.
Okay, roll 20 sided die. We're gonna write your history and see what happens.
Oh boy, really interesting.
You clear.
13.
13. That's your attack, or you're just running?
That's just what I rolled. My attack.
I guess
would
add your
be-
dexterity into it. We'll give you a little pursuit.
So that's a 14 then.
14. Okay, we're gonna roll. See how
Stubby
fast it goes.
dwarves.
Okay, you run. You're right on him. Roll one more time. I'm gonna roll for him to. Oh no.
Oh no. 1.
And I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
So,
dear.
so,
That's not
boy.
good.
so you're
I
running.
told you I was dead.
You're running so fast. He turns around and then goes like this to swing at you with the basket in hand and his elbow, and clearly, perfectly knocks you, and you fall right on the ground. So funny because I had this written differently for you, like. So, but it doesn't go that way. So that's the beauty of D&D.
The die. Roll
So-
the die.
So he runs off. I totally had the opposite way. It was totally great. So he runs off. Your friend comes over to you, and the guy's like in the middle of the town, and like you can't find him. You barely even saw him. And the other guard picks you up, and he goes, "Well, it was a good try."
I did try, but it was a terrible failure.
Yes, well, you'll learn. It's okay. Scrub forward. You're sitting with your parents. Your parents are there, and it's like, "Oh, I heard that you had some sort of run-in with a thief today."
Ugh, it was terrible. Totally failed.
Son, when I was your age, I was double the man that you were. Double the dwarf man.
Man, that's harsh.
I would have stopped that foe.
I know you would have.
You have to get out there into the world and get some experience.
I want to.
Well, maybe it's about time. You shouldn't be here bumbling about trying to stop you little beggars and thieves falling on your ass. Maybe it's time you go somewhere. The Red City, Sunken City, wherever you think, but make something of yourself. He gets up. Your mother comes over to you. She kind of consoles you. What does the mother say, Dan?
It's okay, Botor.
Thanks, Mom.
It'll be okay. Your mom's an emo Phillips.
He's right. He's right. It's time I got on the road. I gotta see the rest of this world. I gotta find out what my purpose is.
Where will you go?
I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
I love you, Botorius.
I love you too, Mom.
And it's so weird, but your mom leans over and kisses you on the mouth goodbye because that's what dwarves do.
Right.
So, role play.
And it happened.
And it happened.
Things
We
just
missed
got
it.
serious.
And there's this.
Okay, so you scrub forward and you see like your father gives you the armor, And he actually says to you before he goes, like, I'm proud of you that you're going out and doing this.
Thank you.
Good luck in the sunken city.
Thanks, Dad.
Make sure you're right. He kind of gives you a little pat in the back on the armor. And there's a wagon going out. You kind of jump in with them, and you make your way to the sunken city.
All right.
So that happens.
Life is flashing before my eyes, guys.
Told you we're dead, man.
Truly, we must be dead.
You got
Your mom is very attractive.
You got.
I didn't know you liked dwarves.
It's the beard, right? It's the beard.
He likes them short and hairy.
That's strange for an elf, but okay.
Strong.
I'm a cosmopolitan kind of.
Okay, so you guys are all of a sudden. You guys are all of a sudden back in that room, or the white room, and you hear like this. What you hear now is literally what you're hearing, and you hear the same thing, and you see the eyes again, like I said, and you hear the voice, and all of a sudden, you see a figure walking around, very tall, about 7 feet tall, and you see Holgar walking out.
Well, we're definitely dead. I don't remember the feeling of the spikes entering my body, though, but we're definitely dead.
You don't see them.
Gods, I think you're right.
What you do is you see the eyes, and you see a woman standing there, which you all see right now too. And the woman seems to be talking to him, and you can tell
We don't see Holgar?
You see
no,
Holgar.
He,
He can't see you.
Do I have my memories? Do I know who I am?
At this very moment, you do now. And he starts looking at you, but he's talking about you as pretty much as you isn't here. And he goes,
What about this one? He just arrived recently.
Yes. Hello.
They're able to communicate with us. How is this possible?
all of a sudden you stop, and everything starts scrubbing backwards. Time is going back. And all of a sudden he goes through, goes back somewhere, goes forward, goes back, and all of a sudden it stops in a tavern when you're all in the tavern together, just recently. And he goes forward, and you see you guys are downstairs, and you have this Rod, and you see Rob's character, who's the other person who plays with us in Oi Dungeon for everybody at home, Archie Fint.
And Archie one out for Archie.
Yeah. and Archie Fint is actually putting a huge rod into a device that he created. And he goes, and you see the whole thing like stops, freeze frame, and you see you guys like this. You're on the floors, and the whole thing's out, and you see the guys above you are getting chopped in half like fire, and you see like this gold dust is going out and like hitting all of you, and he runs it forward, and you see it like imbuing you, and he goes.
This is the moment. Something has happened. Somehow these mortals have gained a light. But of what? What is that artifact?
He flips memories back, and he goes back.
And we're still seeing all this, right?
Yeah, you're seeing everything.
Ooh.
And he goes all the way back, and he goes,
Odd. It's not here. Where could it be?
He goes back forward, and he goes back to that moment, and he sees.
He goes, let's go to this one.
And he goes into the Dwarven Merchant, and he goes back, and you see the Dwarven Merchant just doing a life where he does nothing. He's lazy all day, making money. And he goes,
This guy is worthless.
he goes,
Not that guy.
and then he goes into Bludgy. And he goes out and you see Bludgy. And Bludgy, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Bludgy got hit by the same stuff.
Right.
So he goes back to Bludgy's memory. See Bludgy like, beating up a person, slaps a child, tells a woman she's ugly, does all the bad things he shouldn't do in the world. And they go back, and then all of a sudden you see Bludgy. You see a wizard from the Red City coming in on a carriage, and Bludgy and a band of thieves rob the carriage. He scrubs through it forward, and he gets the crystal. He takes it with a glove, and he runs it with a crystal.
The crystal that was put into the rod.
With the huge crystal that goes into the rod, and then he scrubs forward again, and he goes to a moment where he's underneath the Sunken City, and the Sunken City is run by the dragon known as Ember. It's the only dragon that people even know that really exists still, or not in hiding, or wherever they are, no one knows. But so all of a sudden you see he's in front of the dragon, and he's presenting it to the dragon. And Bludgy and the mayor has the suit on. The mayor's just sitting there, and they're talking about something, and they definitely seen Buddy Buddy, and you haven't seen this ever. And the dragon walks up. Every step puts like a dagger through your heart because it makes you feel scared. And he goes,
You're wasting my time.
his voice echoes really everywhere. And Bludgy's like looks at him. Bludgy's like, gulps first. He's like,
Right.
he goes, well, I just want to let you know that I have something for you.
What is it?
And Bludgy pulls out something, and he pulls out this, to you guys who haven't seen it before, this long, cylindrical, yellow, glowing crystal. And he goes, I apprehended this, and I figured it was powerful. And maybe you, being the High Lord, want to have it. So the dragon looks at it. And he comes all the way down to like this little guy, just like looking at it. He's an ancient dragon, so he's bigger than normal dragons and everything. So he's looking at it. He goes,
This is made by my dragon's breath, and by the dust in my cave. I have not seen this before. Who brought this to you?
well, I heisted it off of the Red Knight's men, and that some sort of wizard, Onyx, one of the wizards from the Red Knight.
Well, it seems the Red Knight is doing something very odd.
Well, I know nothing about this thing, since I figured I'd bring it to you. I know we haven't really met much. You deal with the guild master, but he's getting old, and I figured that, if I found this, you should know right about it, because you're the Dragon High Lord, and whatever I say is for you. And that's what I'm here for you, buddy. He goes,
Whatever this is, I'm going to destroy it.
and Bludgy looks at him, and he hears him here. And Bludgy's like, I'm going to move over here. Olin's just like sitting, not really paying attention, just like sitting there. Olin deals with the dragon every day, so it's not a big deal, but he doesn't want to obviously die. So Olin just starts paying attention and runs back. They run out of the way. Because now you back up for like your friend. Like they have to run out of the room. So they back up maybe like 200 feet. And the dragon grabs the crystal with like the points of his claws and goes... He blows fire. You feel the heat from around the corner, and it's just like immediately it makes you sweat. You're not even that close to it. It's so hot, and you see this thing start cracking, and all of a sudden it lights up like almost like a bomb going off, like, and you see him sitting there, and all of a sudden it starts shaking, and he drops it out of his claw. It falls on the floor and starts jumping around, and you see the dragon starts like moving around in some weird way, like he's in pain. And you see something is almost like being pulled out of him, and you see the entire dragon's soul rip out of his body and get sucked into this crystal. And the crystal starts jumping around and is glowing all these crazy colors, and it's cracking. And right before it's about to like explode, it doesn't explode, and it holds on. And the dragon's body just kind of falls to the ground, and you see it like turn to dust. And kind of just like lays on the floor. Bludgy and Olin are just like mouth open, and Bludgy walks up, just looking around.
Don't go up to that. It's gonna kill you.
Maybe, but maybe it won't. And then I can have it.
Oh my god!
Okay, I make a roll for Bludgy. Bludgy walks over to the thing, and he looks at it, and says, study it. And Olin's across the room like,
You're an idiot. Don't touch it.
he goes, I'm gonna touch it. just for a second. he goes like this, keeps looking at it.
Touch.
I didn't explode. I didn't explode.
He goes, You're gonna explode.
He picks it up. And he literally think he's gonna die. And he's picking it up, and he's like, I don't know what the hell this is, but it's got to be powerful, because it's still air, and the dragon, I guess, is inside of it. What the hell is this thing? And so Olin runs up now.
This is meant for the device, right? For the gnome.
He goes, yeah, so you're supposed to put it inside of it. I don't know if this is what they meant. I put it to the dragon. They didn't mean to give it to him. Or I don't know what it was supposed to do. I have no idea what it's supposed to do. But it happened. You know I didn't do that on purpose, right? Right? And
Yes. Well, did you?
he goes, no, I was sucking up to the Dragon High Lord, okay? That was what I was doing. That's what I wanted, but I didn't want to kill him. I'm sorry. He immediately starts talking to the rod. I'm so sorry. Listen, if you could hear me in there, I didn't mean to do this. I I'm going to use you for good, or my good, or good things. And then if I get you out, like soon, after I make that money, or sooner, or later, then, it's up, whatever you want. Okay? So, Olin's like,
This is it. We're all gonna die. What am I gonna do right now? I have to represent him. I'm gonna have no power. People are gonna know the dragon's gone.
well, you could pretend he's there.
Well, that's not bad, actually. I mean, no one sees it. So maybe I could pretend that he's still there, and then I tell people what the dragon wants, and it's really what I want.
He goes, let's follow me. I think maybe I could probably get rid of the guildmaster and take over the Guild of Shadows, and I could do that, and then maybe work as a team, even more than we do already.
Yeah. Okay. So we're not gonna talk about it, right? To anybody, right?
Yes, of course. What am I going to do? Tell everybody? I'm not going to tell anybody. Except you, dragon. Whatever you need. I love you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'll send a message. I'm going to meet this gnome, and we're going to put it inside the device. Because maybe it does something, who knows? Magic, wizardry, whatever that stuff is. And then I'll use it, and whatever it does, it'll make us powerful. Both of us.
Okay. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna get it to the gnome?
Well, you know what? Smithy at the tavern's having his anniversary for his business in like next week. So I'll set it up with the gnome. I'll exchange it there. We'll go to room 6, our room, and we'll go up there and we'll get the business done. And then we'll see what this thing is. And you run the city.
Okay.
They shake hands.
Wow.
And they leave. So so you hear the voice once again, and he's like,
This is it. The dragon ember is within the crystal, and the light from the dragon ember is now in these mortals. Not lightborn. Not anything special, just mortals. Each created by one of the ancients. The elf, the halfling, human, dwarf, and something peculiar. A half-giant.
You're back in the room.
Can this half-giant still hear me?
Sure, I can hear you.
It does hear me.
I don't appreciate you calling me peculiar.
Let's check the half-giant.
All of a sudden,
What?
you go into the half giant Hogar, and you guys are in some kind of like a barbarian-like tribal city in the woods, and nearby is this whole obsidian tower. And you are seeing Hogar first. lots of bells are ringing.
Alyssa, would you go easy on the bells? Could you lay off a little bit, like maybe 1 bell or 2 bells, rather than like the 6 that you got.
We don't need it at 11.
Yes.
And bring it down to a casual 3.
Yes, of course, Master.
Good, thank you.
We go back into Hogar's memory.
So distracted.
So you go into the memory, and you see Hogar is younger. You could definitely tell it's him. And he's competing in all these different events, and he's wrecking every single event. He's just amazing. Guys are even a little bit bigger than him. He's just outdoing them. At the end of it, he seemed going over and talk to his mother, and it's very clear that he just doesn't want to be here. Time goes forward, and you see him standing outside of the town, and he's by the woods, and he's kind of looking at different leaves and trees and animals and all the things that the half giants would never want to do.
Right.
But Hogar wants to do it. And all of a sudden behind him, you hear a couple of other half giants that are around your age, and you're still you're like a teenager here. And they come out. And this is what happens.
Hi, Holgar, you playing with your friends?
And one guy goes,
Oh, he don't have any friends. He goes, no, the birds are his friends. Look, there's one friend over there, and the squirrel, that's what Hogar's friends are like. He goes, you're right, he has lots of friends. There's all the animals out here. He goes, you're lucky. He goes, Hogar, are these your best friends? Why don't you be best friends with other half-giants?
I like the animals better than the half-giants.
They laugh.
He goes, oh, okay. So I'm sure they have lots of secrets. Yeah. What kind of secrets do you have with your bird friends? And they all laugh.
I don't need to have secrets with them. I like spending time with them. They're very gentle creatures. Not like you.
The only thing gentle in you in the tribe is you, my friend. You are gentle. That kind of, as a teenager, that kind of pings you in a bad place and kind of gets you riled up. And he goes, well, how about we even prove who's the best here? Because I know that you won the competitions, but it was not a day that I was at my best. And I bet that I can beat this nature lover right here. And your birds and your squirrels and your worms and fish can't help you now. Foot race, me and you, to the Dark Tower. Unless you're scared.
Why should I race you again? I've already defeated you.
Are you saying that you can't do it again?
I know I can.
Because we all know it was luck. And we know I had just broken my foot. Now I'm at full health. So it's funny that you won't want to race me. I find you weak and gentle.
I'm not frightened of you. I'll race you.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay.
You guys go up to the race. You're sitting there. You're setting up. You basically run into it. He goes,
Whoever gets closer wins. If you flee and back off, you lose.
so you look forward to you, and in your memories, the Dark Tower is very scary. People say like it's haunted, it's magical. It could be it could be something maybe the Archmage, or it's a wizard, or they just know that they feel like it's cursed if you go near it. So he's basically challenging you to go in there.
Alyssa, easy on the bells.
Sorry. So they go 3, 2, 1. They clap. You guys run off and roll 20 on the die. We'll do 2 rolls so you get there faster. I rolled a 19, so 23.
I have a 17 and a 10. 27.
Okay, so you got he starts off faster than you. You guys you're running forward. You're catching up. You run the whole way. He's pushing. You guys are getting there. You go all the way to the tower. He stops right before the tower and like pretends to touch it, and just like runs back. You make it to the tower to slow yourself down and actually get to the tower, and you touch the obsidian. When you do, a voice rings out, and it says, "You are strong. Would you worship me if I gave you power?" You hear that voice. It says you as a teenager hearing this voice. Okay, but you can respond now. What do you say?
Who are you?
Your future. Your inevitable future.
All of a sudden, it's over.
I actually don't have the time to.
That was a quick.
I gotta get.
It was supposed to be a quick thing. I have a thing.
So all of a sudden, like you're just sitting there, and the voice is gone, and he's running back, and he's like,
oh, look, he stopped. He got nervous. He goes, I won the race. Look, I got there and I came back. He just froze when he got there.
he runs back, and all of a sudden, like you're just kind of confused in the moment as a teenager, and then it ends. It comes back out, and you're all standing there. All of a sudden, you see all of them standing around you. You see the eyes all of a sudden close. He goes,
I will think on this.
and everything kind of goes like white. And you see Alyssa is standing there. She's an elf, and she's kind of standing there with her fist like this. And she just looks at you guys. You can now roleplay. You all see each other.
What's her name?
Alyssa.
Alyssa?
Yeah, she puts her bells down.
Or, I was gonna say she had the bells. Okay.
Oh, we did.
Oh God.
Are you asking Alyssa?
What happened?
You are someplace in between.
I don't know.
Does he look hurt? Does he look intact? Like
He looks fine. He looks fine.
You look great.
For falling to your death.
Yeah.
Last time we saw you, not so great.
I know. We weren't very kind to each other.
No, yeah, I'm kind of, sorry.
You now have your memories.
Right. very.
I'm sorry I pushed you, Finn.
I'm sorry I treated you so terribly.
I give him a big hug.
Okay.
Pick him up.
Okay. Oh, no, not that sorry. Okay. Thank you. Down.
You too, Botorius.
It's good to see you, friend.
It's good to see you all.
Okay. I go.
Miss ya.
It's very nice that you're. Well, I don't know if you're alive or we're all dead or I'm sorry, Arlissa. Is that?
Yes, that is my name.
You said to Botoris that we're somewhere in between life and death right now.
Yes. In a sense, we are in a state of stasis. We are between worlds, if that is the way I can describe it to you.
I'll take it. Can you tell us who the eyes belong to?
Was that the collector?
That was the illustrious collector, yes.
Oh my God! I made it! I made it! I'm done! I'm done!
Vinny wins. What are you done? So the collector is the ancient that made halflings and gnomes.
Right,
so
right.
technically, he's literally seeing his god.
There was one of the ancients. Just was. We were in the presence of one of the ancients just then. That's not,
Yes, as much as you can.
Conceive of.
Yes, conceive him.
Right.
Whatever you see is probably the eyes. I see a bit more now, but that's because I've just been here a long time. But he, though very powerful, is imprisoned here, like myself.
In this state between life and death?
Yes, by his sister, the queen.
How did we get
Well,
here?
that's
Why are we here?
a lot of information right there.
And did I hear something about like the other gods or other agents are in prison too? That something with a lion or I things were very. See everything that might be of import. Yeah, those bells.
I like to play.
I like to play.
No,
That's nice.
the lion is also imprisoned.
Right.
In the Celestial War, the queen, a very powerful ancient, imprisoned the collector. You see, the collector used his powers while he was in mortal form. It is a very vulnerable state, and the queen took advantage of this and trapped him here in Ganderstone. While he has the powers of his true self, he is bound by the limits of mortality and placed in a place between life and death, such as this.
It's impressive that you play that with your foot while you're.
I kick it.
What?
I kick it real good.
Why are we here?
Yes.
I suppose I believe that he should tell you that, but basically what I can tell you is he mentioned sensing the light of the lion. Something you had on you, or I don't know, something. You brought something into his domain that he was able to reach.
So can he? Will that help him free himself from this imprisonment, perhaps?
I'm not sure. I suppose he will tell you, but he is very. Sorry, I had to play one. He's very excited, and nothing like this has happened before. I've never seen any power of the lion before. The lion is gone, and you must have had something on you that was imbued by the lion.
I think it was somehow with the
Had to be the armor. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
This armor.
had to be the armor that
Just so you know, the
Hodor
armor,
had originally.
the armor and the sword are both lit up with that same kind of light, but the armor is the one that glowed.
Do I? I don't think I have the sword. I don't have the sword.
Is that
Oh, yeah.
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 it's
We wanted to
buying
make sure it
pillage.
went to good use, you know.
You
You didn't
So
need
wait.
it.
you
So
didn't
where-
need it.
so where-
Not
his
at the
sword then.
time. Right.
Apparently I did.
But it did come in handy that we took it because that seemed to. Look,
Yeah.
you know, we'll debate all these things afterwards. We don't need to.
Kinda helped us get
We don't need
here.
to have an argument in front of
The god.
the ancients.
Emissary?
Emissary. What is your?
What's your
yeah.
what's your title? What are you? Who?
Told her of the
Emissary
bells.
is very perfect for my title.
Well, look at us.
So let me get this straight. So the collector was never actually killed, and never disappeared. He was imprisoned. So for thousands of years,
That is correct.
he's been stuck here and everybody thinks he's been gone.
In Ganderstone.
The only connection he has with his people is through his dungeons and the coins, the actual coins that he himself imbued. The light of the lion is pierced through this prison. The only light that can possibly do so. And here we are. He believes these are the signs of the coming tide, and I believe he believes that you play a place in this.
That is very, you know, yeah. But I mean, we have seen signs, Arlissa, from our small mortal point of view, of forces moving on Andaria that perhaps the Queen feels she is making moves towards, true conquest, whether it be a second celestial war or whatever the case may be. But yes, I think that the collector may be right.
There is definitely a shift that we can feel, but little else do we know, for we are imprisoned here.
Now what?
Now we wait for his words.
How long are we waiting?
It could be years. It could be days in your time.
What?
It's a live stream. We could be here for quite a while. All of a sudden he says,
all of us have views.
"You should eyes. You come down." He goes,
You will wait in the time that I have set for you. Yes, and the time I have set for you is the amount that you will wait.
of course.
Now I understand.
He starts to speak, and you see the mouth form.
The lion's light is sacred like he. Not of anything he would imbue with his own light. A simple light that was able to pierce this prison. I was trapped here many years ago. I made a foolish mistake and I tried to fight with my men, my followers. While in a vulnerable state, an immortal state such as yourselves, I was trapped by the Queen. I was trapped in my own kingdom, in Ganderstone. She cannot kill me, for she does not know where my lair is. After that, during the Celestial War, she trapped my brother at the base of her tower, in the deep dark. Him and 100,000 of his troops. The Lion was the best of us. The Red Knight, along with the Elven Lord and the Dwarven King, were forced to make a stalemate. The one thing I do know is that the Second War is coming. You have restored my connection to the world. To repay this, I restored your memory, which was lost. I also now will protect you. For whatever light that I can give you will protect you from other ancients. No longer will they be able to wish you away into nothing. And as a final gift, I give to you this, each, a collector's coin.
And you see a coin appear in front of you, and it's like glowing and spinning.
Sonic.
I also return to you something you've lost. Half-Giant.
Yes.
As a product of two of my brothers, I ask you to lead. The Celestial War approaches again. The Lion and I are both trapped within. The magic that binds me is strong, but the Lion can be freed. Arlissa, please kill the freaking things. The Lion can be freed. But as of right now, I cannot. You and your allies have been bestowed with light. This makes possible this moment now, and at an end, if at least one of you survives, one day a future fight. Free the Lion, aid the Knight, rouse the Dwarf, and cure the Elven Blight. As of your allies, your ancient allies, be strong where the ancients are weak. As of your enemies, their weaknesses you must seek. Empower yourselves and awaken the souls of those who do not remember. Trapped in new form, they can be released by the dragon simply known as Ember. Embrace life and befriend death, for you never know who is on your side. A single rose has cleverly been stolen to ensure the coming tide. I charge you and your allies with the quest to save Andaria. To accept it, simply whisper to yourselves, heroes never die, they only rest.
Never die.
It's a little
They
cheesy,
only rest.
but it works, and it's clear.
Heroes never die, they only rest.
All of a sudden, you see everything start coming into form, and I think you've all said it, right? You come into form, and you're actually standing now, but you're standing around his grave. And he turns to you. You're still there.
Awake now, half-giant. Use the light from within, as life flows through your body, provided by a convenient paladin.
And you go, huh? And the rest of you guys are just standing there, and you're standing there, and you're like, what's going on? And you look down at the grave, and he's not there, and you're kind of worried something went wrong. And all of a sudden, you see somebody walking up, and there's a paladin walking up, and he's like, "Is this the right way?" "Oh, where? I can't." "Oh," you see him look over there, and he goes, "I see them. I yes, I see them. Okay." And all of a sudden, you see a little halfling, a gnome, come up, and the gnome comes out. He's like, "Oh, wait for me!" And he's coming up. And he walks up, and he goes, "Oh, hello," and he goes, "Oh, I don't have time. Hi." and you see, he puts his hand over, and he starts whispering. He starts saying something, and he says, "By the Red Knight, I raised this half-giant." And all of a sudden, you see his hand light up, and you see a red light come out of him, and just kind of go over to his hand, and go and bash to the ground. And you see there's a hole all the way down to where he was buried, which is not too far down.
We didn't dig that deep.
Yeah. He actually looks up and he goes, "You could have dug it a little deeper."
We didn't have shovels.
He's so big.
You can see his nose.
Yeah, see his foot come out. That was a lot easier.
We don't have
So
different excuses.
all of a sudden, you see your whole body is repelled up through the rock, and you open your eyes, and you look in and you see a paladin over you, which is a holy knight, and maybe you've heard it like that. You still hear the bells. Listen, stop. You hear the bells, and he's like, "Hello, convenient paladin." That was pretty interesting.
Hello.
You see a little gnome. He goes, "He is kind of convenient, right?"
Very, very convenient.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to go.
What?
But
We could use
Who
you.
are you?
well, I'm Argon, and this is Ink.
Hello.
I was traveling by. I was just nearby. I was actually at the Crystal Falls, and I was told to come here, so I did. And later, much later, we will see each other again. Apparently, I don't know when.
But much later.
So who?
I guess
Who are you talking to?
the big guy.
Oh,
Yes.
you're a big guy.
You're kind of big. He's bigger. Who's bigger than him?
And he goes, "The Red Knight. He can hear him."
Oh.
Whoa.
Yes. A light came to me, and I heard voices.
Well, we were told
The voice.
The voice of the god.
knight.
Yes.
Right?
Well, I've aided you. Perhaps you got it backwards.
Well, but I think what we
right.
were meant is.
I know. I gotta go.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you,
Thank you.
They're brothers.
Bye, guys.
They run off.
I think it was more like aid the Red Knight, aid his cause, like
Aid
Yeah.
the god.
aid
the
the
same.
ancient, right?
Yes.
Aid the ancient. I think that it was
Not the paladin.
Right.
Don't aid the paladin.
Aid the ancient.
aid the ancient's
Free the
cause.
lion.
Free-
Heal the dwarf.
we have to free the lion and his 100,000 beastly troops.
Yes.
Base of the
Mount
Queen.
Doom.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, that sounds
You're making
easy.
it sound like you can't do it.
What about the rod?
Though that's still not with us. It's a little bit deeper inside Andaria. We can
Sound.
try and get it. We also have to wake the dwarven king, I guess, and then and cure the elven blight. I don't know exactly what that means, but we seem to have been tasked with quite a lot, including saving the world.
Yes,
And may I mention
There was
something
that part,
and I'm very,
that's
very
in
glad
there.
that you're alive. And once again, I really apologize for the way that I treated you, but I am kind of shocked that the collector, your ancient, your guy, right, said that he's in charge.
He did.
You're in charge now.
All of a sudden you hear, oh, wow. Okay. Comes running back. He goes, okay, listen. I'm being told that there's a huge mix-up.
We're all wrong.
You need to listen. What is it? I'm immortal, maybe one thing at a time, not all the words at once. Okay. Right. Free the lion.
Right.
Aid the knight.
Right.
Rouse the dwarf.
Oh, right.
And cure the elven blight.
Right.
And, what? Was that important? Okay, then what? Okay. Well, he's saying that also, at least one of you must survive. That sounds
Right.
pretty dim.
Right, at
But
least one of us.
At least one of you that's imbued by light must survive, otherwise, apparently there'll be a big problem.
Okay. Got that. Right? Not everyone died.
Should I just wait? He has no faith in you.
Well,
I wrote it down.
how can you ask him a question?
Yes, but I'm supposed to be running right now. I'm missing a vote.
How can we aid the knight?
Well, wait.
It'll come to us.
Wait.
He can hear you. He can hear everything.
Perhaps we have to figure
So
that out.
our original
Yeah, maybe it'll come to
mission
us.
was to get the, well, I don't want to say mission, but it became a mission. It was getting the rod out of the town.
The rod is...
The rod was supposed to go to the Red Knight, if I remember correctly.
That's odd. My group is actually from the Red Knight, and we are actually trying to find the rod.
Yeah, the rod is
So if you could help us, help the Red Knight find the rod, that would be very helpful.
yeah, well
We can.
Well,
Right.
well, good.
so it's in what do you
The Deep?
the deep
Right.
Oh, yes, it's down, right?
Yeah.
It's like that way down.
down.
Yes,
Like,
my
way
group
down.
knows, but they actually
Down,
had somebody
down, the
who
goblin down.
was able to track it, and they said it's very deep right now, and it's still down there.
Right.
yes.
So that's where it is. We it was a choice between that and getting it back into the hands of people we knew were evil and knew how to use it, or at least how to use it successfully in the past.
The Queen, wasn't it the Queensman?
There was multiple people, but yeah.
No, but it was the Rook that was coming to get it, who works for the Queen.
Yes.
So it was either give it to the Queen or drop it down the hole.
Yeah, we chose the hole. I chose the hole.
He dropped it down the hole.
I don't know. Whatever you think is right.
So
I'm just telling
yeah, so it's in the deep. Do you want us to go get it and get it for you? Is that what you think?
I don't want you to do anything.
He just wants to catch his boat.
Really?
All right. Well, go catch your boat.
No. I'm staying because yes, I know. Did you see me move? Did I move?
This is very confusing. Can you just ask the Red Knight what we can do, and we will do it.
Listen to what the collector told you and follow those steps. It's important that you use your own free will to do what you think is right. He gave you all the information that you need, as long as you can remember it.
Free the lion.
Yes, I'll ask them. Do you remember everything that he said? Do you have anything else you want to know?
Yeah, after the instructions about the different ancients, he had a whole bunch of other stuff that he said that was very riddle-like.
They do that all the time. They say like 1,000 words at once, and like I'm going to remember anything they say. I'm sorry.
There was a rose.
Right. One
Yes,
rose.
what was that about the rose?
After,
The
everything
rose has
after
been stolen.
Cure the Elven Blight, if there's a repeat possibility,
Every
if
rose
the
has
Red
been
Knight
stolen?
heard what the collector told us, and he can repeat
You
it.
want to know about the rose? Yes, the rose. So it's embrace life and befriend death, for you never know who is on your side. A single rose has been cleverly stolen to ensure the coming tide.
Okay. Okay.
A single rose has been cleverly stolen. I just said this.
To
ensure the coming tide. Yes.
Right.
Yes, I said the whole thing.
All right. So, okay. All right.
I don't know what that means. There's something else he says.
Yes.
Empower yourselves and awaken the souls of those who do not remember. Trapped in new form, they can be simply released by the dragon known as Ember.
So perhaps the power
Rod.
Within-
Rod.
right.
The rod,
The rod
the
has
light
the
within
power
us.
to awaken,
Those who don't remember, the people here, maybe,
maybe, or
others.
or
that,
those who don't remember the war, maybe, or the ancient war, something like that.
All right.
Maybe
So-
they don't remember the ancients who are imprisoned.
I think that we need to get the rod. And I'm sorry because I'm the one who dropped it down there, but I think we need to travel
You dropped the rod where?
into the deep.
Can't we?
Why would you? Why would you do that?
It was a
I
choice.
just told you.
This guy just dropped it in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was a choice between that and letting it fall into the hands of
Keep
people.
it.
No, that wasn't an option at the time.
Oh, he kicks a rock and like walks off.
Yes, I know.
Don't get so mad, Ink. They didn't know.
Can we use our coins to make a wish to get the rod back?
Oh no.
That's a good question.
Dear God, no.
I don't have to ask him to tell you about this. I just came from there. My group, you were trying to use the coins that they had. They found a collector's dungeon. They got coins from it. They wasted all their coins trying to wish the rod into their hand, and it did not work and almost paralyzed the whole party.
Right. You have to be, first of all, you have to be very, very careful when you do things like that. Exactly what you're wishing for. And
It
how you
was
wish
it was a bad situation. Is the best thing I can say. So you could go back there, and if you think you can do it, then wish. It's not too far. You take a boat like I did, except my boat is sailed away because I'm here talking to you.
I'm very sorry.
You know, there's like lava pits I have to walk through now.
Well,
Yes, I know I'm powerful. I know.
Where
I'll be fine.
Where you headed?
I'll be fine.
Where are you headed?
Back to Anwar.
Well, we're going to go back to Anwar as well.
We are?
We're going to go
Let's
up
go
that
together.
rope.
Wait, I thought we were going to go try down and try to find the rod.
Now?
Back through Anwar. We can't do it
I
from
thought
here.
it was down.
Yeah, but there's no like staircase here.
You have to go back up the rope. That's how I
Yes.
got down here too. And then you go that way. And I'm going to go that way to Anwar. And you're going to go to the Crystal Falls if you're going that way. And if you're going... Also, if you want to go to deep, you go down the Crystal Falls. And apparently, somehow, you get down there and maybe not get squished. I don't know.
Well, I think we should go back to Jacques and let him know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I have no problem with going back to Anwar.
I was just with Jacques. How do you know Jacques?
He's our friend. He helped us escape from
It's an acquaintance.
Oh,
the sunken
oh
city.
my! You're the party he was
He is
waiting
an
for.
acquaintance.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just spoke to him. Yes.
Okay,
Where
so
is he?
he's back up.
So it
top.
appears we're all going to the same place.
All right. Yeah. So let's go to. I don't think
I'm being told I should not interfere with you. You should do your own thing.
All right, you go. I think we have enough. I've recorded your words for posterity. Posterity.
Wait, I'm receiving something. Say it again.
I can't even deal with this.
He was talking. He was talking during. You gonna say it? You gonna say it? Okay. The Red Knight says, "If I travel with you, because I'm imbued with his power, it will be like putting a beacon on you at all times. So
Very good.
It's dangerous when I'm with you, but in the future, perhaps we will fight together." You already said before that we were going to fight together. Now you're saying we may. You know, you realize you're saying different things now. Sorry.
Yeah, he's an ancient. All right.
Okay, then.
Go your own way. We will wait, and then we will go our own way. And if it happens to be overlapping, we'll have enough.
I'm
distance.
heading back to the Red City,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens.
Goodbye.
We
Thank
are
you.
heading to Anwar and to Jacques.
Yes. And then we'll see if we meet again.
Good luck. Jacques is a very good man. He's an excellent shadow, and you can trust him in very tight situations.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
And to you, sir.
Thank you.
Ink.
Thank you again.
Let's go.
Later.
They walk out.
All right. So alive. Great.
Yes.
Much better.
You look much better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're not all bloody and
Nice
flat.
to have you back.
It's good to see you all again.
So
too.
how do we up the rope?
Don't
A little
like that.
hesitant.
Yeah, but there's no other way that I know of to get up. We're gonna have to go up the rope.
Okay, you guys make your way back to Anwar.
Yes.
Okay, you guys climb the rope. You get over your rope of fear, I imagine.
Very good.
And you climb up the rope, and you eventually make your back to Anwar, the city. It's above Ganderstone, this one. You make your way back to Anwar, and there's one major change to the city now that you've returned. When you last left, there's like these 3 or 4 long rows of the city, which are, very, very bustling for an underground city. And this time, you see the tavern that you were staying in, which you're kind of heading to. And on the tavern, you see over the tavern, you see a large hole in the roof of the cave, and it goes all the way up to what you think, and pretty sure, is the above world. You see light is coming down right there.
They installed a skylight. That's convenient.
I don't. That doesn't seem like good to me. What is like the crowd reaction to the giant hole in the city?
They're picking up the rubble.
Oh, this just happened.
And how long are we gone?
You guys were gone for about a day, a little over a day. So some guy you see looking at it, and he goes, "Murderous hobos."
What?
Murderous hobos.
Really?
They come into the city, and they I heard a loud noise, and all of a sudden a red light came down, and me and my ale were clear across the town, sitting on a roof.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
That's amazing.
Damn murder
That's
hobos.
Crazy.
Murder hobos. He leaves.
They're drinking Hobo Loco.
I think that's you coming back.
All of a sudden you see a figure run up to you. He goes, "Oh, guys, hey. What's going on? You made it.
We
Yeah.
did make
Did you
it.
get your
Yes.
coins?
Yes.
We did.
Let's go bring him to the gun wizard."
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
No.
We need to talk. Is there somewhere we can talk?
And we remember everything.
Right.
You remember everything.
Yes.
We need to talk, like in private.
Yes.
Okay, you go in private. So we'll just make this quicker. We're gonna say you fill him in.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Right.
You sure you didn't just like all fall and then like you all had a weird dream?
No.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna light up a cigarette for this one.
Look, he's alive. It couldn't
was
have been
not.
a dream.
He was alive when he left.
No, I
Oh,
And then he
I
died.
pull out.
Look at me. I'm alive.
Yeah, but we
I
did
pull out-
lose him.
I pull out. I pull
We
out
lost him.
the collector's coin.
It's like a magic.
Oh.
What is that?
That's the real deal, my friend.
That's from the collector.
That is a real coin, actually.
Right. Right. That was from. That's
He
from
goes into his pocket.
the-
He pulls out one. He goes, "I have one just like it."
We have one from.
What did you just grab?
There was a fly.
I was like, I didn't throw my coin.
I'm doing my.
Take it
Daniel
easy. You can't have it.
son. No, they're,
There was a fly.
Good job, Daniel son.
yeah. Right.
These were given to us
this-
directly.
By the collector. And there was a whole. Again, this whole the prophecy. There's a thing, right? We don't know what to do next, but I think that we want to go down to the deep and try and get this rod back.
I think we have two choices right now. We can go back to the Red City, and we can meet up with everybody, and you can meet Onyx, who is a very powerful wizard. Or, yes, we could just go for the rod. You wanted to return recently to the Elven Kingdom,
I know.
but I guess we go for the rod. What do you want to do? If we go to the dark, this is not like going to the store.
Right.
This is like going down miles into Andaria.
How long would it take us to
Hold on.
get down there?
For what I've heard, because I've never actually made that trip, it would take probably a little bit over a day. So going down is quick. Going up is the problem.
Why?
Because you could take the rapids down.
Can't take it back up.
You are smart.
Boats don't go
Hogar,
up.
you're in charge.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
The collector put me in charge.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Me too.
You're
Well, if
you're a creature of grace. That's what he said. A creature of multi-ancient origins. So you you're imbued with an inner knowledge.
Sure, whatever you decide.
This guy?
will be fine.
That's what they said.
Okay.
Right.
if we can get the rod without him wasting a coin,
Right.
that would save one of these magical items to be used maybe someplace else.
Right.
So I think it might be a wise idea to go after the coin, after the rod
After
itself.
the rod.
I mean, it was
I
our
agree.
job to get it out of the city.
Right.
We
Let's do
kind
it.
of got it.
Do all have a coin?
Yes.
Yes.
They are very powerful. I will tell you this quickly. So that you can try to cast a wish spell. It sounds amazing, but if you get it wrong and you mess it up, it could ruin your whole life, of course. Besides that, you're supposed to be able to use them in combat if you really need it. You also could trade them in for magical items or something very, very powerful. They are probably the rarest thing in the world.
All
So
right.
now in our possessions, we each have one. So it's important that we use them wisely. So we could perhaps trade them down in the dark for more powerful things. But right now, if we're going to make the journey, we need to prepare and we need to get rations and supplies because there are many dark things that lurk. From what I know, none of you have faced real combat. Skirmishes, am I correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Real combat is not fun. It is scary.
Good. That's good.
Well, I just met my ancient, so can't be much scarier than that. I thought I was dead.
Yes.
Kind of worked.
You did.
So, all right. I still think we should do it. I don't know. We want to take a vote? It's up to you.
Yes. It sounds like you all want to go after the rod.
My vote's for the rod.
Yay.
Okay. I agree. Botorius?
I leave it to you.
All right.
I'll go with your judgment.
Let's find the rod.
Okay. Then that's what we do.
All right.
Get some rest. Tomorrow we wake up. We got rations. We get supplies for a very long journey in case it goes bad. We don't know what we'll find down there. Make sure you have plenty of weapons.
Okay.
You're gonna need this. I give him the sword.
The sword lights up. The sword seems to be still imbued with power. It was not used. And the armor seems to be just normal armor now.
Which I didn't take off.
Yeah, I'm still kind of.
Which I'm not going to take off.
I gave him the
Hey,
sword.
are you wearing his armor?
It was his armor.
Yeah, he
But,
died, and then that whole thing happened.
Get prepared. Rest. We'll go down to there's a tavern down here. It's by this new place called Eddie's Spaghetti. Really good. And we can eat there, get some food, and rest. And tomorrow we go into the dark. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in Only Dungeon today. We will see you next time. We go into the hardest part of the quest, the part where everyone dies.
Again?
For real.
No!